I'm Steve Good and welcome to my Scroll Saw Workshop. Tonight we're going to make this leaf cutout clock that I posted the pattern to on my blog the other day. You can find the pattern for this at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. Haven't been out in the shop for a while. Thought I'd get out here and just make a project tonight. It's been terribly hot out here. It's been up in the 90s almost every day, so haven't spent a lot of time out here and just thought I needed to come out and make a little sawdust tonight. So we're going to go ahead and put together this project. It's a pretty simple project. It takes very little material. You'll basically need the clock and some hands and just a couple species of wood and you'll be ready to go. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's take a look at the supplies we're going to need to build this clock tonight. The first thing you're going to need is to go to the website at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com and download the pattern for the leaf clock. You'll also need a clock movement that you can purchase at most woodworking stores. I got this one at Woodcraft, cost like $4, really cheap. To match the pattern, you want to buy one that is made for 1/4 inch thick wood. You're also going to need a set of hands. You can either use hands that come with the movement in some cases, or in this case I bought them separate. I actually think these hands that I've purchased are going to be a little bit too long, so we may have to change them up at the end. As far as the wood you're going to need for this project, I've gone ahead and milled all my wood up. Everything's 1/4 inch thick. You need 2 contrasting woods. Now in this case, I don't think I've got quite the contrast I want, but I'm hoping after I put a little oil on it, it'll contrast a little better. But you would need a lighter color wood for the back plane. And then I'm going to trim out the back plane in some darker contrasting wood, like this. So we're going to build a little frame around the clock. The circle of the clock will match the outside frame. And then I'm going to cut the leaves, at least the leaves that will be pulled out of the clock front, from the same material as the circle for the clock. So I've got all the pieces milled up and we're ready to cut. I'm going to go ahead and apply the patterns and then we'll take them over to the drill press, make our entry holes, and then we can get started. Okay, I've cut out all the individual pieces of the pattern and I'm going to go ahead and apply the spray adhesive to the back of the pattern so we can stick it to the wood. That should be plenty. Now I'm going to go ahead and just apply. Alright, go ahead and get the orientation of the grain the way you want it. In this case, we want the grain to run top to bottom on the clock face, or the dial. So go ahead and apply it and get it stuck down real good. Now, a lot of times you see me here on the Scroll Saw Workshop, I'll put tape over the pattern to make it a little easier to cut. On this 1/4 inch wood, it's going to be so easy to cut that it's probably not necessary. But if you feel more comfortable, go ahead and apply the box tape to the top of the pattern. And you can use a dispenser like this to apply it and go ahead and get it covered up real good. And what that'll do is it'll lubricate your blade and make it a little easier to cut and less likely to burn the wood. I've got all the pieces over here at the drill press now. I'm going to go ahead and cut my entry holes. I don't have any very small entry holes to drill here, so I've got a 1/16 inch drill bit chucked up here in the drill press, and I'll go ahead and make some entry holes. To get started here, I want to show you a product that I bought the other day. Actually had a gift certificate for Amazon, and so I picked this up. I think it was like $29.95 or something like that, and it's basically just a little scroll saw blade holder, and it comes with a bunch of these test tubes and a nice little plastic holder that you can put your test tubes in. I believe it's made by PS Woods if you do a search on Amazon. What I do is I just take when I get the scroll saw blades in, I take the label out of the blade, shove it down in the tube, and that way I can keep track of which blade I'm going to use. For this project tonight, I'm going to use a scroll reverse number 3. That way we can cut some of the real intricate details of the leaves on the clock face. So just wanted to show you that. I'm not sure I would have paid the $29 for it. You could make your own pretty easy out of wood, but since I had a coupon, I thought I'd pick it up. I'm going to start out to cut out this opening in the back plate of the clock. This will be the recess that the clock mechanism will fit back into So since it's such an easy part to cut, it'll give me a chance to warm up. I usually do that when I get ready to cut a project. I'll pick the easiest pieces a lot of times first, and just to give myself a chance to get warmed up and get the feel of the blade. Especially in this case where I haven't been able to be out in the shop for several days now because of the heat. It gives me a chance just to get the feel for everything again. So we'll go ahead and feed this blade through the entry hole and see if we can cut a square. Okay, there's the center of the back of the clock cut out. We'll go ahead and set that aside. And again, they give me a chance to kind of get warmed up a little bit. I can feel myself, struggling a little bit to keep up with the blade. Probably should have turned the speed down a little bit until I got a little more comfortable. But there's the back plate of the clock. And you can see this is going to be a really easy project to cut out. There's not going to be much to it. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the two leafs now, and we'll move on from there. Okay, there's the first leaf cut out. You can see that's going to be pretty simple to do. So we'll cut out the other one. I'll turn off the video here just for a little while and get a little more cutting done. When we get closer to being done, I'll come back to you. And I've got the interior cut out of the clock dial, and now what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out the exterior. And this is one of those areas where you really do want to stay pretty accurate on the line. If not, you're going to have to do some sanding when you get done, because people's eyes pick up irregularities in circles and squares, very easily. So you're going to want this to be as near a perfect circle as you can get it. Now the way I'm going to start this circle is I'm actually going to come into the edge of the circle at a 90-degree angle, and then I'll spin it and go from there, and that way I'll just have a very small piece right there that I need to sand. Alright, let's get started and see how we can do this.